Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. Now with the semester rapidly approaching, I thought I'd go ahead and provide some tips for you that I think that will help get the ball rolling for this upcoming school year. Now it's going to feel like I'm mainly talking to physics majors, but these tips can actually apply to anyone studying any of the sciences. Okay, math majors can apply this, definitely chemistry majors, biology majors. Pretty much any of the sciences could benefit from these tips. So without further ado, let's begin. So tip number one you want to make sure that you're practicing problems early and that you're practicing problems often. In a perfect world, this is how it's going to go. You're going to glance over the chapter right before lecture. And by glance over, I just mean you're just going to really broadly read it. You don't have to get too detailed into it. You just really want to be familiar with the chapter and all the key concepts before going into the actual lecture. Then you're going to take notes from the professor during lecture. Now the professor is going to highlight all the key concepts that you need to know so you don't have to reread the whole chapter. But at the same time, you still need to be familiar with all the material. Now that you've went over the chapter and you've taken notes in class, start working on the back of the problems at the end of the chapter. Your professors are going to have a lot of material that they need to go over, and it's going to go by fast. And they're going to expect you to stay on top of understanding this material. And the best way for you to understand the material is to practice as many problems as you can. And you learn math and physics by doing math and physics. Most of your understanding won't come from the reading, it'll be coming from understanding and how to work the problems. So give yourself enough time by starting early and practicing as many problems as you can. Side tip, problems may be broken by section, that way you can reference back to it. This is why I say don't get too deep into the reading when you first start off, because the professor is going to provide those key learning concepts that you need to make sure that you know. And then that way you can go back and read them in detail on top of the other material. Next tip, go see your professors. Bug them every opportunity you can over class material. Don't wait till right before finals when you've been struggling and could potentially be failing. Let them see that you care about learning the material. They want you to succeed and will help you. Next tip, learn to derive the equations. Learning to derive equations will help you appreciate and understand the concepts so you don't forget. It will also help you be more intuitive. You'll learn how to approach problems you've never seen without having to be spoon-fed the solution. Math and physics can be as wide as it is deep, and you're not always going to be able to remember every equation that you come by. Learning to derive means that you'll have the ability to figure it out without having to worry about forgetting it when you actually need it. My fourth tip, use additional resources. Now that seems like it should go without saying since we live in the era of the internet, but you'd be surprised how often students feel like they need to use the textbook that the professor has recommended, and they sometimes feel that that textbook isn't helpful at all into them learning the material or succeeding in that course. Besides the internet, you can always go to your campus library or speak to your professor about other books that they could recommend to help you better assist you in learning the material. An additional tip that goes along with that, if you're able to get a copy of the syllabus before the class starts, or if you're able to order your books from the course website, look up and see how that book is laid out. You can go to Amazon and there's a preview section if the PDF isn't available online, but try and read through it and see if that's the type of material, if the learning style suits your needs. If not, you can get a head start early and trying to find other additional resources to help assist you so that you're not falling behind early in the class. So those are my tips to help get you started for this upcoming semester. So leave a comment if you think there are other tips that you think students should know. And as always, stay educated. I hope you have a successful semester. Take care.